Here's another prospect scouting report from Amazing Avenue, and this is the Mets' number third best prospect, according to Amazing Avenue. Carson Benge from Oklahoma. Now, here's the thing. He is now number 3. They drafted him last year. He has a possibility of being number 1 very, very quickly this year because Jeb Williams and Brand Sprout could be, and they're the last 2 guys on this list, could be off this list by the middle of the season. So he might be number 1 anyway. Here we go. Top 25 Mets prospects for 2025. Carson Benge. Next on their list is an outfielder. Carson Benge grew up with 2 older brothers, Garrett and Tyler, and all 3 grew up baseball rats in their native Yukon, Oklahoma. Garrett attended Cali Community College in Arkansas City, Kansas. In 2015, was drafted by the Cleveland Indians with their 22nd round pick. In 2015 MLB draft, attended Oklahoma State University in 2016 and 2017, was then drafted by the Boston Red Sox in the 13th round of the 2017 MLB draft and played in the system for 3 years. Tyler attended Southwestern Oklahoma State University in Weatherford, Oklahoma, and played at the collegiate level for a pair of seasons. Youngest brother Carson may have the most potential and brightest future of the 3 of them. From an early age, Carson Benge was dedicated to baseball. Following along in the footsteps of his older brothers, he spent every waking hour he could at the batting cage, the phrase swinging out of his shoes bandied about by virtually everyone that knew him as a precocious youngster. He would use his older brother's equipment and would play with his brother's friends, who were anywhere between 3 to 5 years old, 5 years older than him. He would have his younger sister Sydney put on gear and catch him, leading to various injuries, arguments, and punishments over the years. By the time he began his freshman year at Yukon High School, a growth spurt had left him a tall, lanky young man, and his wild swing had been refined into a powerful left-handed stroke. Benge had much of his high school baseball experience muddled by the COVID-19 pandemic. His entire junior season canceled, and parts of his senior year as well. But he put up impressive numbers when he was able to get on the field. In his senior year, he was named OCABA Okabaga North Player of the Year and earned COAC Offensive Player of the Year honors as well. As a senior in 2021, hitting .490 and posted an 8-1 record with 124 strikeouts on the mound. Benge previously committed to Oklahoma State University after going undrafted in the 2021 MLB draft because of his strong commitment to the school. To attend the school and honor his letter of intent. His freshman season winded up ending before it even began as he injured his elbow just prior to the start of the 22 season and needed Tommy John surgery to correct, costing him the year. He returned to the O'Brate Stadium in 2023, his redshirt freshman season, and returned in a big way. In 59 games at .345 with 17 doubles, 7 home runs, 8 stolen bases. Additionally, on the mound, he pitched 35 innings, posted a 6.69 ERA with 38 hits, allowed 24 walks, and 35 strikeouts. Benge led the Cowboys in batting average and on base percentage, was named to the Big 12 All-Freshman team, the All-Big 12 first team as a utility player, and the All-Big 12 second team as an outfielder, and was a finalist for the John Olerud Two-Way Player of the Year award, an award that ultimately went to Clemson senior Caden Grease. That summer, he played for the Chatham Anglers of the Cape Cod Collegiate Baseball League. He appeared in 9 games and hit .345, with 1 triple and threw a scoreless inning on the mound, giving up a hit while striking out 2. He returned to Oklahoma State University for his redshirt sophomore season, and once again was a true two-way player. As a hitter, he hit .335 with .444 on base percent, .665 slugging percentage, 61 games with 24 doubles, 2 triples, 18 home runs. As a pitcher, he appeared in 18 games and posted a 3.16 ERA in 37 innings, allowing 26 hits, walking 11, striking out 44. Once again, he was a finalist for the John Olerud Two-Way Player of the Year award, but lost out this time to University of Florida star Jack Caglione. Thanks to their 75-87 record during the 2023 season, the Mets ended up with a 4.3% chance to receive the first overall selection in the 2024 MLB Draft Lottery, a 4.8% chance to receive the second overall pick at 5.4. Well, you know how that goes. The Mets did not win any of these picks, and as such were relegated to the 9th overall pick. Because the 2023 Mets exceeded the competitive balancing tax threshold by more than $40 million, their first selection dropped by 10 picks to the 19th overall pick instead. The Mets selected Benge with their first-round selection in the 2024 MLB Draft. Going into the season, he had been seen as a player who would be selected in the back half of the first round by most analysts, and with the Mets selection, it came to pass. Benge signed fairly quickly, agreeing to a signing bonus worth almost $4 million. He was assigned to the St. Lucie Mets, where he would be focusing only on hitting. So he's not pitching anymore. He appeared in 15 games and hit .273 with 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 3 stolen bases. When Benge was drafted, the 6'1", 185-pound left-handed hitter stood extremely open, holding his hands high behind his head and wrapping his bat behind his head at 10 o'clock. As he would load up, he would raise his hands and angle his bat parallel to the ground before lowering them and angling his bat perpendicular to the ground at 12 o'clock, before returning it back to its original position during his front leg strike and swing, sometimes with compensatory bat wiggle. In his limited time with St. Lucie, his hand movement during his load was not as pronounced, and he got them back into hitting positions much quicker, without most of the extra movement and momentum. While atypical mechanics aren't necessary death sentence as a professional hitter, they don't exactly help either. It is much easier to succeed in college baseball with unorthodox, unoptimized mechanics with a lighter balloon bat than it is as a pro. The 2025 season will highlight whether or not Carson Benge's swing mechanics will be problematic to begin with, whether or not the Mets had the capability of recognizing what is going wrong and compensate, whether or not Benge has the ability to adapt, provided the above occurs. The left-hander has a lightning-fast bat that stays in the zone and makes a lot of quality contact because of a strong sense of the strike zone and an advanced eye for spin. When he makes solid contact on pitches and hits them squarely, he has produced exit velocities, putting him firmly in the 90th percentile of his college cohort. In his limited innings with St. Lucie, averaged an 88 mile per hour exit velocity with multiple readings over 100. In 2024, he focused more on getting the ball in the air with more regularity in order to better tap into his raw power, and more or less succeeded. Okay? Because of the length and the mechanical hitches in his swing, Benge naturally goes to the opposite field a lot more than his pull side. With St. Lucie and his slightly altered mechanics, he pulled the ball at 43.9%. He does most of his damage to the left center gap, going with pitches thrown down the middle or away. He struggled with pitches thrown in, getting jammed or at best inside, adding them into left with Oklahoma State, but did not show the same kind of weakness with St. Lucie. The platoon spits that he had for his entire college career did not manifest itself in his 55 at-bat professional debut. Defensively, the Ryrie outfielder generally gets good reads off the bat, takes efficient routes to the ball, and has solid range thanks to the average to above average speed. He doesn't have a dynamic first step or afterburns, but reaches his striding speed quickly and can cover plenty of ground. The majority of scouts and evaluators do not feel he has enough range to play center field in any long-term capability, limiting him to a corner position. Thanks to his plus arm, he profiles well in right field and could be an average to above average defender there. On the mound, Benge drew from a 3/4 arm slot. He possesses a 4-pitch repertoire that includes a fastball that sits in the low to mid-90s, a changeup that sits in the mid-80s, a slider that sits in the low 80s, and a curveball that sits in the high 70s. Oklahoma used Benge as a reliever and as a starter, and has shown the ability to perform both roles. As a professional, there is no plan for him to continue development as a pitcher, but he has a solid foundation if that ever changes in the future. So the good thing here, really the thing, just looking at this, it seems like the biggest thing is how quickly his bat can get through the strike zone. If they can make an adjustment to his distance between the back of his body, where he's hitting, if it's because his bat's wrapped around his head. So they get him to move just a little bit and then start his swing at a quicker pace or a closer pace, closer distance from the contact of the ball. You should be pretty good. But that's easier said than done. Also, they do have the sort of the fallback if he doesn't do well offensively, that he could be a pitcher. So that's the one good thing about having a two-way player. You always had that second, you have the capability of having a second life to your career. But who knows? But he's got a very good future, really. But we'll see. Let me know what you think about this video. And of course, I got 2 more from Amazing Avenue, and then we'll work on another list video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.